welcome to Effective Management Initiative of Eduvarate Research and Consulting. Today, we'll be discussing about a fantastic yet interesting concept that is called PACE. And this concept is basically utilized while we marketeers plan various events and try to get maximum benefit out of that. So to going ahead, if we understand all the business that target from business direct to customer, on an average, each business house spend 13% of their total revenue on various marketing activities. This percentage varies from as low as 1%. Sometimes some organization may not spend anything, and to a highest level of somewhere around 28 to 29%. Some research says around 50-52% of the total organizations who are engaged in business to direct customer, they spend around 4% of their revenue on various marketing activities, whereas around 4% of the total organization, they spend as much as 20% of their total revenue on marketing. Therefore, it is needless to say, marketing has a unique position in any kind of organization as far as their expenses are concerned. But 31% of the marketeers in different organizations, they believe that various marketing events are the single most effective tool for marketing. And they believe if events are organized well, then it will lead to some kind of benefit in improving the sales of the product and services of that organization for which they spend a lot of money on this kind of marketing activities. But ironically, more than 50% organizations, they have some kind of self-doubt that such marketing events may not bring desired result to their sales and other activities to promote their product in the marketplace. So it becomes little bit of difficulty for those organizations' senior management to have some kind of conviction that whatever marketing events or whatever marketing plans they are putting in place, they should have some kind of conviction that it brings result to them. Therefore, it becomes very, very critical in terms of marketing. Couple of things are coming into picture that marketing events are important as per the perception of major marketeers, and organization at the same time, they have some self-doubt, and more than 50% of the organizations, they feel it may not bring the desired result. Therefore, we at Eduvarate Research, we bring an unique tool, an important technique, which will provide some kind of support to the marketeers in order to make all the marketing activities and all the marketing events to be highly effective. This technique is called PACE technique, and I assure you this PACE technique is a very, very objective-based technique, and following this PACE technique will bring lot of positive things out of any kind of marketing activities or marketing plans we do for our organization. Let's go ahead and see that what this PACE technique is all about. First P is the purpose. Even if we know in organizations we spend a lot of time, we spend a lot of money, we spend a lot of efforts in designing and executing various marketing plans, but most of the times we lack one thing, that is purpose of each and every activities we do for the organization. Therefore, bringing the purpose very explicitly makes all the difference in creating the desired result for the organization. For that purpose, we need to ask 3 questions to make sure purpose is well defined. Number 1 question we are asking, what is the purpose of the organization for that particular event? Whatever event we plan as marketeers, we must understand and we must document that purpose very explicitly. Second question we must ask, what are the specific objectives meant to be achieved? We know even organizations that do deal with multiple products and services, we cannot have one event to take care of all the requirements of the organization. Therefore, each event must be tagged to very specific objectives, and if those objectives are not tagged, we are not doing great deal of things while organizing this particular event. Third question we must ask ourselves, are these objectives prioritized of the organization? When we deal with various objectives through arranging or organizing a particular marketing event, then we must take care the priorities of the organization by just discussing with the senior management if those objectives are on the top radar of the organization. If these 3 questions are answered, then we are very well taken care of our P, which is the purpose of each and every event under marketing plan. Then we move further under PACE technique. Second component is A, and A stands for activities. We know every marketing plan has got a dozen of activities to be done, but unfortunately we are not able to line up activities which really matters for the organizations to achieve those objectives. Therefore, if P, purpose and objectives are not defined, dealing with activities may not bring the desired results. Therefore, we have to have P first, then we'll come to set of activities which will lead to desired result for the organization. Again, we have to ask 3 questions in order to make activities to provide the desired results to the marketeers of the organization. Number 1 question, what are the activities to be done for that particular event? Any event we are just planning, if we are not preparing enough well in advance, the list of activities we have to do, then it will be difficult for us to do a marketing activities in a very systematic way. Second question we have to ask, are those activities linked to the purpose and the objectives? So all the activities we are planning under a particular marketing event must be connected and tagged to specific objectives that we have defined under our P of the PACE technique. Then the third question we are asking, are those activities easy and doable? Most often we experience that when we plan things, we become very over enthusiastic, and based on that we make out some of the activities which may not be feasible and easy to do. So under this plan, under activities, we have to make a note whether all the activities planned are easy and doable. If these 3 questions are answered and we are very much aware about this answer of these 3 questions, believe me, the activities we plan under a particular marketing plan will be much easier to handle. Going further, for the PACE technique, we are now on the third component, which is C, and C stands for customers. We marketeers know without customers, any marketing activities or any marketing plan has no meaning at all whatsoever. So when we talk about customers and deal with customers, we have to take care of 3 questions under these customers so that our marketing event will be a successful one, and it will lead and connect to the customers, because we are dealing with mostly B2C business segment here. Number one question we have to ask: are the customers defined for the product and services being promoted through this particular market event we are discussing here? So if those customers are not defined, whether customer preferences, customer demographics, customer emotional things, if those are not connected, we are not defining them, then sometimes the marketing event will have no value at all in terms of creating that connect to the company's product and services. Therefore, we have to be very, very careful in defining our customer for that particular event. Second question regarding customers we must ask and answer is that, do the activities included in the event segregate the targeted customer? We know when we plan and execute a particular marketing event, there are multiple customers or multiple people, they do come, but all the people coming to that event or part of that event may not be your potential customers. So we should have some activities or some mechanism which will help us to segregate our potential customers than non-customers. If those things we are not preparing in a marketing event, then those marketing events will be futile marketing events. So please take care of that, segregating your potential customer than non-customers who are going to be part of any event that we are going to do. And final question under customer, under PACE technique, we are asking, do the activities sufficiently have targeted customers? So attracting targeted customers through that event is very, very critical whenever we are managing a particular marketing event. If it is not targeting, it is not attracting to my customers, then doesn't matter if my event is successful in terms of number of people coming and being a part of that event. If my targeted customer are not there, if the proportion of targeted customer is not very high, then the impact of that marketing event is very, very low. So these three questions we have to take care if I have to make my marketing event highly successful. Then moving further, the last component of the PACE technique is evaluation. Doesn't matter what we do, if we are not evaluating the success of a particular event, then I am not justifying the amount of money, resource, time I have spent for the organization. And when we plan and do a lot of events, then we have a plan to move from point A to point B. So moving from point A to point B is anyway going to happen. But how fast we are traveling from point A to point B in terms of awareness, in terms of adding new customer, in terms of improving the revenue and sales. So all these things are important, and events are the source to bring them. And if events will not be evaluated, then those things will be futile. But one thing we must remember, if PAC things are not done the way we discussed, then evaluation cannot be done. So to do evaluation in a very, very effective way, we have to answer three questions. Number one, are the success factors of the event defined? We must know, based on our defining of PAC, we know what are the success factors of an event would be there. So we must define them. And second question we must answer, are KPIs or various measures of the event defined? If we are not defining the key performance indicators of a particular event, then we are actually not prepared to measure the impact of the event. And final question would be, are the tracking mechanism of those KPIs in place? If we don't know what data, what information will be required to measure those KPIs, and based on that to make a presentation to the senior management to explain what is the impact of that marketing event in terms of improving the customer base, improving the awareness, improving the customer relationship management, improving the sales and revenue, then it will not be possible if the tracking mechanism is not there. So with this, the PACE technique brings you a very, very systematic and effective way of managing your marketing plans and marketing events, and starting from purpose to activities, from activities to defining your customers, from customers it takes your evaluation. Everything comes very handy under this technique called PACE. So we are sure this PACE technique would help you in designing and executing your marketing events in a very, very systematic and professional way, and that will definitely bring a lot of value to the organizations in defining the marketing culture of your organization. Thank you so much for hearing, and we'll come back with another interesting component of marketing and overall management of organizations, and that will take you to your next level of thinking and executing of your corporate affairs. Thank you so much.